What's up, guys? So, how I found out my wife was pregnant. It was easy. I came home one day and caught her in bed with the postman. No. Yeah. So, this was something that was asked the other day. And it just got us thinking about the reactions, I suppose. Because, well, first, child. We were trying for, and we had to go to hospital about and have get me checked out, get her checked out, and I don't know if any of you have been to the hospital before to have to give them a sperm sample, right? Because this is especially if you're doing it for that reason, if you want them to count your sperm, which I can imagine has been quite a boring job, do you know, with a microscope and 1, 2, 3, 4, and they keep moving around, so I don't know how they keep count, but yeah. But anyway, back on topic. So you go to the hospital, and it's not like in adult films, when you see a hot blonde nurse and on the little skimpy thing and she's like, ooh, how will I get your hand, get you, it's not like that, right? It really isn't. You see some fat old wife and she gives you a little cup, which is roughly, yeah, go fill that up. And to be fair, I laughed and went, fill it up. I'm like, you kidding me, trying to kill us? I've been there for weeks. But yeah, and then you go and you're sitting there, you sit in this little room, and there's a chair, and there's a little set of drawers next to you, filled with what I can only describe as lads bags from late 70s, early 80s. And you're trying to fill the jar best you can, and one of the things that did pop into my mind while I was trying to fill the jar was, wow, some of these women are older than my mum, or some of these women are old enough to be my nana, which put us off filling the jar. Yeah, so that's an awkward one to do. But yeah, so we went and we did all the stuff, and it turned out I actually have super sperm, Yeah, super sperm. They're a mix of between the Flash and Superman. My sperm, yeah. Which is ironic, really, because I got the snip a couple of years later, so I couldn't have any more kids, so no more super sperm. Hope you're not expecting the Avengers to turn up anytime soon. So, what was I even talking about? Yeah, so we went for a long time. Well, not a long time, wasn't like years. I know they are now. Some people suffer for years and months, and and we had to get checked out and stuff there. And everything was fine, and it was just a case of just keep at it, lad. So I did, and we did, and then she did eventually. She got herself into gear, and got all her eggs in one basket, I suppose, or all her egg in one basket. And let the Justice League do their thing. But yeah, so that was I don't want to say planned thing, right? Because it makes it sound like the next one wasn't a planned thing, which it was, because we'd always intended on having like 2 or 3 kids, So it was so we had Ollie, and that was a whole thing, because like I've said before, he had baby diabetes and stuff, and you go for months, and you get the whoop, 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 and oh, look at this, he's measuring this long, and he's got arms and legs, and he's do you want to know if he's a boy or a girl? And it's like, I want to know if he's a boy. I'll send him back if he's a girl, if I'm honest with you. But yeah, so we done all that crap, and on the day we actually went, because my wife had a section, it was like opening FedEx, And yeah, so we went down and we got there and we were all booked in and meant to be there and everything. And then the nurse come along and listened to our, back to the belly. Woo, woo, woo. And she went, "Oh, he's in distress, we'll have to get him out," and then buggered off. I've told you this before, and it was one of the most heartbreaking and terrifying parts of my life. When I was left in that little room like a dick with nothing to do except worry about my unborn child. And I can honestly say it was probably the most alone I've ever felt in my life. And I believe, right, they left me there for at least 7 hours. It had to be about 7 hours, surely. Because, I mean, realistically, it was probably only about 2 or 3 minutes while they took her to the cutty open room. But I'm pretty sure that I was there for weeks, days. I mean, my beard grew in by the time they actually come and got us. So that shows you how long I was there. My shirt was in tatters. I was building a raft to escape. I'd been eating me poo, drinking out the toilet. I'd fashioned a spear out of the bed leg. So yeah, so I'd been there for a while, I think. And then they come in and got us and took us away. And do I tell you this or do I not? While in that room, okay, I've only told, I believe, one other person this, right? So I am sharing this with you. I need a wizard has for things like this. While I was in that room, terrified out of my dear life, I went to the windows and I got down on my knees. And you all know that I'm not religious. I am a Jedi. I do not believe in religion. I said to the gods, if anything happens to that boy, I will find a way to come up there and I will destroy you. I'm warning you. And that's the God honest truth. It wasn't a prayer. It wasn't you almighty up there from Christian faith or anything like this. It was, I swear to God, if anything happens to that kid, I will find a way up there and I will rip it down. And everything was fine. And on the off chance that they are up there looking down at me and seeing that little dick down there is telling people about what he said to us, they're all going to start doing it now. If anything happens to that boy, I will find a way up there and I will tear it down. So yeah, that was my threat to the gods on the day my son was born. And then, like I say, I can honestly say I've only told one other person about that, so look at me, sharing. I'm practically in therapy. After telling people that, I'll probably end up in therapy. But yeah, so that's what I did, and then they come and got us, and everything was fine, and everything's been fine ever since. When we found out about Mikey, because Mikey was like a thing of, we were planning on having another child, but then my wife's mum and dad were like, go on, have another one, man, go on, have another one. So one day, my wife shouts at us, and I go to the bottom of the stairs and I look up the stairs to my wife crying her eyes out, leaning against the wall, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, what's going on? Is she having a heart attack? Has she just had a bad phone call or something? Something happened to someone? I was like, what's going on? And I mean, tears, snot out of her nose, couldn't get her words out. And I'm like, what's wrong? To which she just went, I'm pregnant. And I went, what? I'm pregnant. One more time. I'm pregnant. Nah, I'm still not even sure what she said to us, but eventually we got the gist that she was pregnant. So yeah, and everything was obviously everyone was fine with Mikey. So yeah, that's how I found out my wife was pregnant. She shouted down the stairs some high pitched, snotty garble at us, really. Yeah. So, how did you find out your wife was pregnant? Let us know. We'll chat about it. Maybe it's not today. I'm tired. Maybe it's tomorrow. Maybe it's not. Maybe we'll talk about it next week. Come round. We'll have tea and scones. on the patio at dawn. Peace out.